Well, it's Memorial Day weekend, the unofficial start of summer. We all know it's so important to stay safe in the sun really all year round here in Arizona. One of the most common forms of skin damage is called melasma. So melasma is a pretty common skin condition characterized by dark brown or gray patches on the face, typically on the forehead, cheeks, upper lip, and chin. Sun exposure can be a major trigger for melasma and make it worse, but there are ways to treat it. So we have Kendra DeMark here. She's with AIQ Clinic. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much for having me.
And I'm the perfect person for this because I do have melasma, which I'm wearing makeup so you can't see it. But I actually didn't know I had it until a makeup artist pointed it out to me. So what should people kind of look for? What are the most common signs to see?
So that's really common. A lot of people think that they just have the typical sun damage. With melasma though, instead of like individualized spots, you're going to see more splotches. A lot of people will have kind of a splotch on their forehead, across the cheek, and the upper lip are kind of the telltale areas. And a lot of times you'll find that it's symmetrical.
And we know that the heat can make it worse. So what are some of the things that are going to trigger it that are really gonna make it worse for folks?
Melasma is primarily hormonally driven. So a lot of us, it's primarily in women, and a lot of us find that we notice it at first when we go onto hormonal birth control, or really common when we get pregnant. So anything that adjusts your hormones, if you're taking BHRT, if you're taking birth control, if you get pregnant, that can be when it first starts, and then it becomes chronic. So if some people want to stay on the hormones, but really avoiding heat and the sun are going to be your keys for keeping it from getting worse.
Okay. I'm definitely not pregnant, but I do have melasma, so I'll just throw that out there. So folks at home are like, Whitney, are you trying to tell us something? So you have some products here. What are some things to keep in mind, and what are some ingredients to look for when protecting our skin?
So when you're protecting your skin, especially with melasma, because it's exacerbated by the heat, you want a mineral sunscreen. So some of our absolute favorites are the tinted from Elastin, as well as the primer sunscreen from ZO. This one is you can get from the drugstore, a copper tone, and then we also have this, which is more of a chemical sunscreen, but it smells really good.
And I love that the kids blend. Adults can obviously use that too, and it's probably a little bit more gentle.
Super gentle, and it was really, really full coverage because you do not want any of the sun's rays penetrating through to turn to heat.
And why is the tinted sunscreen something we should look for specifically?
I like the tinted sunscreen because I like to use it instead of makeup.
Yes, it does. I agree with you because I do use that sunscreen, and it does sort of like, if you have melasma, it'll kind of blend it all away for the most part. Anything else you want to chat about or let people know in terms of like treatment and what you guys might offer?
Yes, so we do the Brightening Boot Camp, which is a 32-week, primarily at-home treatment plan. You'll come into the office about every 4 to 6 weeks so that we can follow up with you. But what we do is we've created this entire regimen, and it changes every 6 weeks. We prep your skin, so we get started with exfoliation, we do retinols, and the key ingredient is the hydroquinone.
Okay.
So you're supported every step of the way. You don't have to worry about what to do next, which is really nice.
Great, awesome, thank you so much. We really appreciate it. I know a lot of people deal with this type of thing and always got to protect our skin no matter what in the summer.
Yes, SPF every single day, even if you're not thinking that you're going to go in the sun.
All right, thank you so much, I appreciate it.
Thank you.
You hear that, Kylie? I hope you have your SPF on.
I think I do, but yeah, that's a good point.